such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it a second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Here we go, 50, 50, Mike 50. Hey, check 20. Hey, Alpha. Get it.
A first carry here for Kene Nwangu. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, you're running out over there. You're running out. Watch one. Tie it right. Rush in.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
He's coming. We got double. 64.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Lawrence will throw. Drops this off with Nwangu. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. It's a throw again as Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play said,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Dayon Buchanan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, he'll buy some time right. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's Wilson. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll try to run with Madison. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. From 3 yards out. And the Bears are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away. And off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll get this to Nwangu. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing on 1st. Down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And Lutz's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, That's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Wilson. Looking deep for Adams. And this one is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On the give is Nwangu. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On play action, Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now on 2nd and 16, Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Give left side here for Nwangu. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Kene Nwangu taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's brought in by Harris. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. midfield now. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He got out of the pocket there. Was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling. His receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Play action. It's Lawrence. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Here we go, D, get off the field.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Lawrence buying time to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I like to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Second and 8. Going to run with Madison again. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Looking deep for Adams. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A huge play there for Chicago.
You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And how about how he improvised right there, because he got flushed out of the pocket, locked eyes with his wide receiver, who knew to just keep running. And he was able to lay that one out there for him to run under.
Now Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Again, Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
Thomas brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
And the tide definitely seems to be turning in this 3rd quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Chicago. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Bears capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. The point after is good. And the lead is up to 8.
Bears 21, Packers 13.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Mike 50. Mike 50. Hey, Echo.
Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Check. Hey, lock it.
Handoff here to Nwangu.
And some room to work. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. Looking deep for Adams. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
And you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level in what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the 1st down sack.
Lawrence.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Lawrence will throw.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about throwing for it right here and right now.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Zadarius Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Lawrence.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
For Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there. Second and 15.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, he hits Adams complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Play action. Now Wilson. Looking deep for Adams. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Under pressure, and down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football, CD. That's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Wilson wants to throw it. Rolling to his left. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
They go play action with Wilson. Flush to his right. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Wilson. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Hayden Hurst there to make the grab.
And the Bears are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Wilson gets rid of it quickly. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Hayden Hurst. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bears are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Bears 42, Packers 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. They'll get this to Nwangu.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to 22. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Chicago, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more.